Welcome to Russia. Day 1. Moscow. Streets packed with life and buildings packed one upon another reminded me of cities anywhere else in the world. On the other hand, the ever-present Lada, that boxy car in the foreground, and the ubiquity of Russian Cyrillic writing reminded me that I was a world away from Los Angeles. As the sun set, which was around 4 p.m., we headed into the city center by way of the metro to see some of the sights and sounds of Moscow. In my mind, the Red Square, home to both St. Basil's Cathedral and the Kremlin, was the #1 sight to see. Although not quite as exciting as St. Basil's, another notable experience was the 1-meter-long sausage the restaurant prepared for us that night. The next day we took an hour-and-a-half long flight south to Volgograd, a city through which the Volga River passes and Cossacks dance like it was 1909. I actually found some film footage from Volgograd in 1909. Oh, just kidding. That's actually Volgograd today. Everything in Volgograd is on the up and up. There's a ton of construction, although I would say their transportation network probably needs a little bit of work. More interesting information. Volgograd, formerly known as Stalingrad, was site to the battle which marked what many considered to be the most important turning point of World War II. Total casualties for the battle were over 2 million, 850,000 of which were from the Axis. The Axis was never able to recover from this loss and were eventually forced into a long retreat out of Eastern Europe. In the 1960s, the Soviets constructed an enormous sculpture called Motherland is Calling to commemorate their victory in the Great Patriotic War, which they call World War II. Next time you're in Volgograd, take a little bit of the motherland home with you by buying one of these miniature motherland statues at the airport. Before you leave Russia, you'll have to try out the local cuisine. In Volgograd, that meant smoked fish and caviar, not to mention a lot of vodka. A 10-hour layover in Moscow on our way from Volgograd to Aberdeen meant plenty of time for some random photography. This Soviet castle-like structure is actually filled with apartments. That's me in Russia's most elegant shopping mall, which they call the Gum. After shopping, we visited the Kremlin, which now serves as the official residence of the President of Russia, but we didn't see Putin that day. When the Russians made bells for the Kremlin, they didn't mess around. And check out this cannon. And then it was time to go. As I scarfed down yet another airplane meal, I looked back at all the photographs I had taken and realized what a great time I had had.